All right. Attention, all stations. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir, tout le monde, et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, opening the weekly amateur radio exchange group, Simplex Net, also known as AREG, for Wednesday, December 13th, 2023. And this is week 1578 weeks that AREG has been on the air. We just passed our 30th year anniversary and we're going strong. My name is Chuck and my station is located in East Hamilton. This net is on every Wednesday night starting at 8 p.m. and ending around 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430 megahertz. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. So we also stream the net on YouTube so people who tune in can hear stations that they cannot normally hear on their radio, and they can hear how their audio sounds on air, see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. Just type in my call into the YouTube search box. Again, it's VA3CJZ, and look for us live or tonight under the title AREG Week 1578. Finally, we ask that you please leave at least a 1 second to 2 second delay between transmissions to allow other stations to break in. May I now have check-ins for this evening's AREG?
Papa Delta Lima.
Victor Alpha 3 Alpha X-ray Juliet.
Victor Echo 3 Golf Bravo Delta.
All right, I got three loud and proud stations there. PDL, AXJ, and GBD. So let's bring in number one, VE3, Papa Delta Lima. Good evening, Paul. How are you?
That's got a ring to it, eh? Anyways, just throwing a bean in the pot there, my friend. I'll probably be in and out throughout the net. So, yeah, I'll let you pick up that peanut butter lover behind me. And welcome to all that are about to check in. V3 PDL.
Yeah, he's probably upset there that you beat him at number one spot, but very good, Paul. Thanks, and appreciate your check-in. So let's go to VA3AXJ, Rick, downtown Rick. Come on in.
You can't be first all the time, Chuck. Come on, you got to give somebody else a chance. I just
Yeah, that's
hesitated
it.
because I knew he was going to break in there. Other than that, everything's good. Long day today, another one tomorrow. Got the shots from the back yesterday. Now I got to go up Jurabinsky tomorrow and have another CAT scan with that contrast stuff to put in you. And about it for now, but I'll be standing by here.
Sounds like you should stop smoking cigarettes, driver.
You behave yourself, Paul.
Just being serious there for a minute.
Back to net control. Go ahead, Chuck.
All right, very good then, Rick. So you're getting shots in the back there like our pad gets. Is that right?
Yeah, I had them yesterday. Give them every second week. And they do help. They do help a lot. Yesterday I was miserable because when you get them, the first day it's bad. It kills you. But after that, everything just mellows right out. You feel great.
Oh, interesting. I wonder what they put in there. Probably Novocaine and that other stuff there. Interesting. But the thing is, every 2 weeks, by golly, that's like, what is that, 26 weeks out of the year? That's, I don't know. I feel like a pincushion. I already do being diabetic, you got to prick the finger and then you got to give the insulin there in my stomach and a needle once a day. So I already feel like a pincushion. But anyways, I'm glad it's working for you there, Rick, and do appreciate your check-in. Stick around. We got a great net for you tonight. And we'll get back to you in a bit there. Over.
They inject him with peanut butter and he feels all better.
Oh, they're steroids. That's what they are. They do help, though.
Okay, stand by there, gentlemen. I did hear a call there trying to check in, but I'm having a little difficulty. I wonder if that's Art, VE3 Kilo Charlie India.
It is.
All right, bring him in, Paul. I'm having a bit of a rough time picking him up tonight. I'm not sure if Rick is here and if he has his crossband on there. So we'll mark Art in the log, and please say hello for me.
Did you copy that, Art? Chuck can't quite hear you, but he welcomes you to the net, sir. Now, isn't that better than that Yaesu 991 thing? Too funny. Anyway, Chuck, 7,300, I believe, and yeah, he had a good day today, and he can't hear you that well either. Oh, and a 7,100.
Holy smokes! He's got Radio World in his apartment there.
Well, he upgraded from that Waisu thing, and now he's got ICOM. He's in the Brotherhood.
Yeah. So now next time you go over, try and help him out. It'll be an ICOM, not a Yaesu.
I'll never have to help him out. The menus are plain Jane and in English, not Chinglish.
Yeah, I know, but he's also visually impaired, I do believe.
No, the ICOM radio fixes all that.
Oh, okay. Very good then. Well, that's good to know, Paul. Appreciate that. Well, thank you, Art, for checking in. I do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying your, you finally got your new radio in, before Christmas. Right on. Congratulations.
Yeah, they told me 2 to 3 weeks, and I was surprised because I told California I got something for you from
Paul, can you relay that? I've got way too much static coming in with him.
Sorry, Art. I was talking with the wife there. I missed what you said, and Chuck didn't catch it either. Please repeat there, VE3 PDO.
Yeah, my dad better know what the A2 so I figured on top better go and stick with the A2 to the radio, and yeah, and I 7,300, and I think everyone this afternoon, and yeah,
Attaboy, good to hear it. You made a good choice. Chuck, he said he's putting the Yaesu away, and he's going to run with the 2 ICOM radios for now and give them a try.
All righty then. Very good. Well, hopefully Rick will come in a little bit there and maybe turn his crossband on, and we'll be able to talk to you a little bit easier there. I do got you at an S5, which is not bad, but there's a whole whack of static coming in with you there, Art. So tonight's not really great for 2 meters, but I do appreciate your check-in, sir. Anything else before we carry on?
would you like to have your radio? And I said, sure. So I give my card number, and yeah, he said, well, that'll be recorded for the day. But hold on, let's supply you things so they have it on the truck this morning.
What's that, Paul?
Okay, he was talking about Radio World there and hooking him up. He wasn't supposed to get his 7100 for a little while, and then all of a sudden they called him up and said, "You want your radio?" So he ended up getting it early, and he got it today. So he's all happy.
All right, today. Very good. Well, congratulations, Art. I'm happy for you. Finally got that out of the way, and I do appreciate your check-in, my friend. And stick around, and we'll get back to you in a little bit there. Over.
Welcome to the Grown Up Radio Club. Oh. Okay, Art's done, I believe, there, Chuck. So you're free to carry on, sir. VE3PDL.
Okay, very good. So there you go. I do appreciate you relaying for me there, Paul, VE3 Papa Delta Lima, and I will release you from your your commitment to relaying and go back to what you were doing. I do appreciate it. That's what Simplex is all about. Not everyone can hear everyone else, but Art is has a special station which has some blockage between him and I should be able to hear him better, but I don't. And so we'll move along. Do appreciate the relay. And I believe George is waiting in the wings. VE3 Golf Bravo Delta. Come on in, George.
Not much to report there, Chuck. We're just the wife's making arrangements Friday for the ceremony or whatever for her brother. Other than that, not much to report.
Oh yeah, so that's this Friday then.
Yeah, Friday, 2:00. Yeah. Gonna do the whatever. Yeah, again. Holy moly. Every year. Anyway, yeah, not much to report there.
Okay, George. Well, I hope everything goes smoothly and it's not too hard for everyone. And say hello to everybody on ZOE for me. I can hear all the action there in the background. I see you've got both sides going. So thanks again for checking in, George, and we'll call on you in a little bit there, my friend.
Oh, yeah, right, Joe. Yeah, I got the actually the handheld is hanging over here. Yeah, that's just the handheld. Other than that, yeah, okay. I'll be listening there, Chuck.
All right, George. Well, we're not too far apart there, and your handheld is hitting me full strength over here by the center mall. So good job, George. We'll get back to you in a bit. And so before I do another call out, I'd like to acknowledge the check-ins that we have on YouTube. Kilo India 5, Sierra Papa Alpha, Michael in Arkansas. Good evening, Michael, and welcome. Hope everything is going well with you. And we also have Bill, VE3 India Uniform Kilowatt, up on the hill in the West End. And we have Wade, Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha. Thank you all for your check-ins on YouTube. Enjoy yourselves for the next little while. Sit back, kick back, and relax. And with that, let's see if anybody else is out there would like to join us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. My name is Chuck, and I'm looking for your check-in. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey. VA3NCA, and I think that was Deb underneath Mac.
Pardon?
That didn't sound right.
It sounded pretty funny to me, but okay. So Mac, if you don't mind, let's take Deb first. VA3OYL.
VA3OYL underneath Mac on the Yaesu 991A. Good evening, everyone. All is well here. Well, I have a migraine, but that's beside the point. So I'll be listening along tonight instead of chiming in after this go round.
You got a migraine, Deb, because you bought a Yaesu. Oh, I'm kidding. Sorry to hear you have a migraine, dear.
No, I guess the Yaesu 991 is a YL's radio, since I'm not with the big boys.
Hey, I wouldn't mind having one of those. They're nice radios, but someone has an aversion to that brand. But that particular radio looks very nice to me, Deb.
Oh, it is nice, and the EQ settings and everything I like on it. It'd be nice if it had some features of the ICOM, but I like it.
That counts.
Yeah, that's what counts. As long as you're happy with it, because they're not cheap. Amateur radios in general. So very good. Anything new and interesting with you there, Deb, lately?
No, I've just been busy dealing with the cat and the kidney issues, trying to figure out food and medications, and what a rigmarole.
Oh yeah, that's right. I momentarily forgot about that, but you do the best you can, Deb, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah, for sure. But I've been out enjoying some of this nice weather. It's been cold the last couple of days. The wind has been really cold. But I put the little doggy coat on the dog, and he doesn't mind, and I bundle up, and off we go. So it's all good.
Absolutely. Geez, I remember when we had to stay in the hotel downtown when we had the house fire, and because there's so much salt downtown, that I bought some little booties for my Labrador dog there, and when I put those things on and watched him take his first steps, I almost fell on the floor laughing. It was so funny because it's a foreign object, right? They're not used to having anything on their paws. It was his first time, and oh my God, it was so funny.
Yeah, I remember my boxer I had putting booties on him for the first time, and he was like goose stepping. He wouldn't bend his legs, and he couldn't feel the floor, and it was pretty funny. Yeah, I want to get some booties for Biggs, um, but I want to take him to the store and try them on because he has just long feet, I guess, long paws. So I don't know if I'll have trouble fitting booties on him or what. And his legs are really skinny, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, before you spend a lot of money on those, go to the dollar store. That's where I got mine, and they did the trick. It's just for a few months through the heavy winter months, and you don't always have to put them on, but check it out first before you go to an actual pet store for something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. And the dog cafe that I go to has a clothing exchange once a month,
Oh,
and people donate stuff, and then you can go in and pick out whatever you want. And last time I went to the clothing exchange, they had a lot of boots for dogs, so I might go and see what they have there, and I might be able to pick something up because I can try them on right there. And if I find something, and then I can always always buy that kind of dog boot for Bigs. So so yeah, I have a few different options.
all right. Very good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That comes in handy. And so I wish you well with that. And thank you so much for checking in, Deb. And like you said, you're going to listen along for the remainder. And so uh, I I hope your migraine dissipates quickly for you. And we have one more AREG before Christmas, so hopefully we'll hear you next week.
Okay, sounds good. I'll be listening along tonight. Um, I'll let you carry on to Mac, my top half.
Yeah, that's right. Very good then, Deb. Thank you so much. So we'll clear with VA3OYL, and let's go and say hello to Mac, VA3IMW.
Good evening, Chuck, and all on frequency, and I hope nothing hurt there, Deb, other than your head, and I hope that gets better quick. Yeah, on top of the mountain, anyways, and yes, on top with the IACOMS 7100. You know what? As far as radios go, um, I think there's what, three leading brands: Kenwoods, ICOMs, and Yaesus that are all kind of front runners. And to each his own. Um, if you can stand putting up with the menus and the Yaesus, and more power to you. Um, the functionalities are pretty much the same once you get used to your rig. But I got to side with Paul. The menu systems on the 991A. Oh my goodness gracious! I yeah, not for me. Not for me. The 891, I think that's about as far as I can go, and I've gotten to the point where I can manipulate what I need to for my field radio. But yeah, other than that, the radios I use here in the base, 7100 and the 7300, very easy to operate. You don't have to use a Dewey Decimal System catalog for figuring out what menu items to change settings. Anyways, it's Wednesday once again, and Chris was good enough to give a plug for your net, and the RSB repeaters. Burlington Group has got them synced on Wednesday evening, so the 2 meter, 70 centimeters, both sides are working for the Burlington Amateur Radio Club net. So I checked in with those guys at 7:30, and I certainly reinforced the fact that I wanted to get over here and say hello to this group and listen along for on this day. So we're really looking forward to that. Other than that, we got Wade right behind me, and I'm not sure whether that's maybe a worse position than what Deb had. So I'll throw it back to you, Chuck, and we'll let you pick up Wade.
Okay, very good there, Mac. Yes, I too checked into Chris's net on the V3RSB repeater. And just before the net, I noticed he was trying to link both the 2 meter side and the 440, because previously I guess they only had the 440 side going. But that's good to hear that he's got the other side linked as well. And so as well. We have many new hams, I do believe. Seems like every week we're getting new people getting their ticket. And so, congratulations to all you new hams. And maybe some of them will check in later on this evening. But with that, I'll say thank you, Mac, and we'll get back to you soon. And we'll go and say hello to Wade. Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
VA TJZ, VA3NCA. Good evening, Chuck, and good evening, all on that. I really have to start thinking about what I say before I say it. I'm going to blame tonight. I'm going to blame the Tylenol cold that I'm on. I took of course, as soon as I started my vacation is the time I decided to go down with a cold. So I got congested head, foggy brain, nothing unusual, I guess. But made sure that I was back up out of bed in time to check in with Chuck for this Wednesday for sure. As such, I didn't really get much done today because, as I said, I was sleeping, trying to sleep this head cold off. So we'll see. I was the last one to go down in the family, so I think it was kind of inevitable, all living under the same roof. No matter how hard you try and isolate from one another, it's going to make its way through, and so that seems to have been what happened. Yeah, I guess with that, I don't know. I'm going to continue to follow along. As I said, I just got up, so it's dark outside. It really messes with your with your senses when you wake up and it's dark. So with that, I think I'll send it back to you, VA3NCA. Back to that.
Yes, sir. Wade, the sun goes down at 4:45, and I'm not sure what time the sun comes up, but yes, I remember when I was working, I'd get up, it was dark, and you come home from work, and it was dark, and so yeah, it's the dark months for the next couple. Well, uh, the 21st will be the shortest day of the year. That's in 8 days from now. And then after that, the days are going to start getting longer. So that's always a positive for those of you who have those winter depression or whatever you want to call it there. Uh, so yeah, and as for watching what you're saying, uh, yes, you have to when Mac is around because he'll pick apart everything anyone says. So you gotta watch it. But anyways, Wade, thanks for joining us on the radio as well as on YouTube. I do appreciate it. And I'm reminded, speaking of YouTube, I do stream the net on YouTube. Just put in my call, VA3CJZ, and you can follow along there. And we have Michael from Arkansas mentioning that we have a meteor shower tonight, and it's called the Geminid meteor shower, and it's supposed to peak tomorrow, or actually just before the sun comes up, uh, probably around 5 or 6 in the morning. You should be able to see around 100 to 120 uh, meteors striking or streaking across the sky per hour. 100, 125. So the peak will be tomorrow, but they say you can, if you're in a dark spot, you can certainly go out tonight after 10 p.m. probably, and you'll probably be able to wish upon a star. And so that's the Geminid meteor shower. It's been going on for a little while, but tonight and tomorrow is when it's the peak. And so they're flying closest to Earth on these 2 nights. It'll be going on until the 24th of December, I do believe. And so with that, Wade, I'm so sorry you you got the cold or the flu bug there. I know the wife and I seemed to have a difficult time shaking it off. It took at least 3 weeks to start clearing up. So hopefully it's a quicker, to get rid of it for you. So with that, I'll let you go, Wade. And I do appreciate your check-in. Do you have anything else for us?
Oh, sorry, I think I just missed you there at the very end. We got the only last thing I'll say is we got relatively good conditions. I'm hearing a lot of people that I usually have trouble with, except for a persistent background. It almost sounds like flashing Christmas lights in my neighborhood that pulses about every second on, second off. But other than that, I can make out everything you're saying. So relatively good conditions, except for some noise there. But you're making it through. Thanks so much, Chuck, and I'll be listening along. VA3NC, back to you.
Okay, Wade, very good then. I'm glad the conditions are good for you. And so we'll clear with you, VA3NCA. And let's see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo, Kilo, Mike, Brian, and Dundas.
Okay, Victor Alpha 3, Bravo, Kilo, Mike, Brian, and Dundas. You're sure sounding good tonight. Come on in.
Well, thank you. I'm on a different radio than I have been in the past and a different antenna. I've been working on my stuff in the yard here, so I'm glad to hear it's working. I hear everybody just fine. I don't know where Art is, but man, he could have been sitting beside me. He's loud here, loudest by far of all you guys. But yeah, hearing everybody, no problem.
Oh, very good, very good. Art is around, where is he? Stone Church, I think, Mohawk area. And his station is facing west from there. So that's probably why he's got a direct shot right at you.
Oh yeah, I would think so. I know you didn't hear him and you had a relay going. I could have even done that had I checked in earlier. Like he was like I say, sitting beside me. But no, everyone's great. I'll listen along and interested to hear the factoids and historical tidbits coming our way.
Absolutely. On this day in history will be coming up soon. And I found, I think we've got one more week before Christmas. And so we'll continue on with that. But on the final week, final AREG of this year, we'll have something slightly different, but similar. And so I'm not going to spoil it by telling everyone now. We still got 2 weeks to go for that. But yes, we try and keep it interesting. And some stuff is trivial, but I love Trivial Pursuit. When that first came out, I thought that was great because I'm one of those guys that likes somewhat irrelevant information once in a while. It's not something you need to know, but some of it is historical, so it's good to bring back some history on some things. But we don't like to bore people with all of that stuff, so we change it up a bit. So with that, Brian, I'll say thank you very much for your check-in. You're doing a great job. I've got you here at S9, just above S9, so you're sounding really good as well, nice and clear audio. And so with that, we'll clear with you and see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Okay, nothing heard. Let's do a quick run through on the tests. I don't know if anybody here participated in the 10 meter contest this weekend. I didn't because the stations were coming in so close together. It was actually annoying uh, trying to make out what one station was saying while hearing several other stations slightly off frequency, so close. It was terrible. But I did see a station that I needed, and that was Alaska on 10 meters. And so I jumped on that and I made contact with Alaska, and I was actually confirmed on QRZ. So that made me so happy. And that was the only station that I contacted on the 10 meter contest this weekend. So this weekend, of course, we don't have any sideband contests, but we'll tell you what we have here on the webpage, contestcalendar.com. We'll start with the Feld Hell Sprint. And that's for 6 meters, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. And so once again, that's Feld Hell mode. I do not participate in that, but nonetheless, for those of you who do. Next, we've got the OK DXRTTY contest. And that's for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. Again, that's RTTY, and I do believe that's just for one day. Yeah, 0 Zulu time, December 16th to 2400 Zulu on December 16th. And then finally, we do have one with sideband. There's the Croatian DX contest. And that looks like it's for 24 hours for sideband and CW. And that's for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. And so that about, there's the ARRL rookie roundup, and that's for CW. It's only for a short period. And just for Debbie, we have Run for the Bacon QRP contest. Both of those are on CW. And that wraps it up for contests. It's a slow week for contests. And so if you would like to know more about the upcoming contests, just go to the webpage, contestcalendar.com. And so with that, let's do another call out and see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the weekly amateur radio exchange group, Simplex Net. My name is Chuck, and I'm located here by the Center Mall. If you want to test out your antennas, please stop by. Say hi. Okay, nothing heard there. It is fairly early. Has anyone noticed how nice the weather's been lately? They're calling for like +8, +9 in the next couple of days. Let's see now. Where is that? Weathernetwork.com. So right now it's currently 0 outside the CJZ studio, but at the airport they're saying it's -2, feeling like -2. And yeah, tomorrow 5, mostly sunny. Friday +9, Saturday 7, Sunday cloudy with showers, but +8, and then Monday +5. For the next 5 days, we're looking at above seasonal temperatures. We're usually looking at a daytime high of +1. So very good weather for us. Hopefully, we won't have to pay for it come the new year in January. It seems to be how it goes. We have really nice December, but then January, winter sets in. All right. Let me double check here, see if anybody else has any comments on the YouTube live stream. No, nothing there. Bill, VE3IUK, thanks for checking in. Do appreciate it. And so one more call out. Anyone else out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is VA3CJZ. Please come now.
VA3CJW.
Okay, I hear VA3CJW. Chris, come on in.
Yeah, good evening, Chuck. Just got in the door a few minutes ago and listening in to the net, but figured I'd check in and just say hello. No traffic, but just going to be listening. Out running around doing last minute things, getting ready for the holidays. So.
Yep, I hear you. I've slowly been getting my gifts for Christmas over the past few weeks, so I don't have to run out and do it all at once. And so they're just sitting here waiting to be wrapped. We'll be getting to that soon. And so Yeah, I don't know how the malls are doing because there is such easy accessibility to buy stuff online nowadays. Uh, the 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 actual stores, brick and mortar stores, are finding new ways to try and make sales and make money. So very good, Chris. I do thank you for checking in. You can listen along to us on the YouTube stream if you like, or just on the radio. And I have you at an S8 by the Center Mall here. So good job and nice clear audio.
VA3 CJZ. Thanks very much, Chuck.
Echo 3 Zulu, Chicken Zulu.
He's busy right now, so I'm not going to follow YouTube. So I don't pick up the other stations, but you come in nice and clear. So just standing by, listening for the rest of the night. VA3 CJZ, VA3 CJW.
Okay, very good then, Chris. I do appreciate your check in. And that's Chris in Burlington, VA3 Charlie Juliet Whiskey. And so I did hear another station keying up on top of Chris. That's what happens when you have Simplex. Not everyone can hear everyone else. But that's fine. We got Sam coming in there. Victor Echo 3, Zulu Sierra Zulu. Come on in, Sam.
Very good evening. Very hippo, happy, jingle, jingle, merry, merry, everyone out there. Hope everyone's having a good, wonderful evening. Nice to say g'day. Just popped in and Paul gave me a heads up and I had to play radio a little bit to get the right frequency, and here we are. So, hey, nice to hear the voice and doing a great job. Big there, K3 Zulu, Sugar Zulu. There's much respects to BMA and Papa Del Lima and Bill and a whole host of people out there. Barry and Judy and Colin and everyone out there. Sir, thanks so much for doing what you do. VE3 ZSX.
Okay, very good then, Sam. Welcome to the net. I do believe that's your second time checking in. I think you were a little sleepy or not feeling well last there. So thanks for joining us there, my friend. As I mentioned, you can follow along on YouTube as well. Just put in my call in the YouTube search box and you can look for us live there tonight. That way you'll be able to hear all the stations that you can't hear on your radio. And so you're coming in very good on that portable, Sam. I've got you at about 10 to 15 over here by the Center Mall. So good job. And I just have to say, crikey, mate. G'day. Thanks for checking in. Roger.
10 out of 10. You knocked that one out look at the table on that Shiva, right? Enough to blow the froth off a few. You know where I'm coming from. I'll meet you around the Billabong there, definitely. I'll get us some witchetty grub and some barramundi. That's for sure. Hey, that's fantastic. Very well done. I'll give you 20 out of 10 for that one. Fair dinkum. Lovely to hear. G'day.
Okay, Sam. I just had to, and I think I did a pretty good job that time, but don't ask me to carry it on for too long. I'm glad I made you smile, and that's what it's all about, my friend. Nice to hear you in there, and we'll have to talk some more. Okay, Sam. So we got you here as check-in number 12 tonight. And so I do thank you, and I hope you listen along for a little bit. And Paul was in there. He was actually number 1 tonight. Victor Echo 3, Papa Delta Lima. But before we check on him, let's see if anyone else is out there that would like to check in to the weekly amateur radio exchange group. This is VA3 CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Tomas, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the net here. I'm just talking to my handy talkie here tonight there.
Wow.
Good to see you.
Good job.
Yes, yeah, just was doing some computer work there, and whoa, it's Wednesday night. Better turn that radio on. So how are you doing tonight, there, Chuck?
Doing good, doing good. I don't venture outside as much in the cooler weather, but we keep busy indoors. There's always something to do, and yeah, just getting ready for Christmas. The wife has been uh, getting the decorations up, and so we're pretty much done with the decorations. I just have to tweak this and tweak that, and she'll be happy. Whatever she wants. So yeah. Other than that, we're slowly making our way up the POTA uh, count. Is It's building up a little bit by bit. I don't chase parks hard like some guys do, but I'm more into getting new countries, and so that's what I'm all about. But I'll jump in there, and if I hear some decent parks on the air, I'll jump in there and get. I've gotten some. I got a brand new park the other day. It was out in Nova Scotia in the Bay of Fundy, and it was also a lighthouse. And so it was the first time activation. So things like that get me excited.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Sounds exciting. I guess it's something that I thought that was something that you did in the summertime only, but yeah, I guess you can do it all year round. Yeah, I've my sister-in-law is coming on Saturday, so I got to pick her up on Saturday. So unfortunately, she's going to be staying in the radio room, so I got to have to move all my radios
Oh
and
no! Again?
into the other, the bedroom there, and my cookie sheet. Move that all over. So she's going to be spending a couple of weeks here. So yeah, want to make sure I keep up with the toys and yeah. Well, yeah, we don't have too many decorations here. My we're going to be celebrating Christmas at my son's house. There, he's got all the Christmas lights and decorations and all that stuff. So yeah, not much else is new at this end. Still waking up at 4:30 in the morning for work, and yeah, I'm going to be off Christmas time for about 10 days, which will be nice. So that'll be a nice break from getting up really early in the morning.
Oh my golly! Yes, I remember those days. 4:30. Um, that was the latest I could get up with a 6 o'clock start. And so, yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, very good then. So you'll be off for 10 days. Very good. I hope you don't fall sick like one of our check ins there, Wade, out in Dundas. VA3 NCA. He took holidays from now until the end of the year, and he just got sick. So yeah, we got that out of the way a couple of weeks ago. Both the wife brought that home from work, and we both got sick. So we're done and over with for the winter with that disease, that sickness, anyways. But very good. Well, thanks for checking in, Tomas. You're coming in great. I've got you coming in here at a 15 over S9 and sounding nice and clear.
Oh wow, not bad for hand talkie. Well, I do hold it up a little bit higher to the sky there. Yeah, apparently my son got sick. His coworkers, like his supervisors, all got sick, and then lo and behold, I couldn't believe it. He said he tested himself for positive for the second time for COVID-19.
Oh my gosh.
So he's back to normal, pretty much back to normal now. But I couldn't believe it. But it's a good thing we weren't around him. And the last thing I want to do is get sick over the holidays either, because yeah, you want to definitely enjoy it. But yeah, that COVID's still out there, and there's a few out there that are sick, and yeah, just cross my fingers that it doesn't happen to me. Well, thanks for doing it, Chuck. There, I'm just going to listen along for a few more minutes, and they're going to hit the hay shortly there. So so you have yourself a good evening, and we'll let you see if you can get check in number 14. VA3CJZ, VE3CEU.
Okay, there, Tom. Thanks once again, sir. I do appreciate your check-in, and you just listen along until you're nice and sleepy. We'll try and put you to sleep with a lullaby. So you're very good, and your station's working very good tonight, especially on the handheld all the way out from your location. Okay, so with that, let's see if there's anyone else out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So why don't we start with on this day? I'm going to have to pull up the file because I don't have it open, as I had to restart the computer just before doing the net. But here we are on this day 146, and that means it's been 146 weeks that I have been doing on this day in history. And so we'll start off with today's famous birthdays. And oddly enough, we start off with Werner von Siemens, the founder of the Siemens company. If I'm not mistaken, last week he was on my list. I do believe he passed away uh, on last week's date, December the 6th. And now this week we have his birthday. He was born on this day in 1816. And of course, he's a German inventor, and he invented the Siemens electrical conductance unit. And he's an industrialist, founded the Siemens Corporation, and born in Germany. Next, we've got Mary Todd Lincoln. Lincoln's wife was born on this day in 1818. She passed away in 1882. She was the American wife of Abraham Lincoln and the United States First Lady from 1861 to 65. Born in Lexington, Kentucky. All right. Who else grew up watching the Dick Van Dyke Show? Well, Dick Van Dyke is celebrating his 98th birthday today. Yes, he's still around. He was born on this day in 1925. And he's an actor, singer, and dancer. Back in those days, if you wanted to make it in show business, you had to know how to act as well as sing and dance. And of course, he was Rob Petrie on the Dick Van Dyke Show, born in West Plains, Missouri. Next, we have Christopher Plummer, born on this day, 1929. Christopher Plummer is a Canadian Emmy, Tony, and Oscar-winning actor. He was in The Sound of Music, Cyrano, and a multitude of TV shows and movies. All the way back to 1953, he started out with the General Motors Theater. And so did Bill Shatner, by the way. So both of those guys are Canadian. Sadly, Christopher Plummer passed away 2 years ago in 2021. Next, we've got Tony Gomez. Born on this day in 1938, he's a British rock keyboardist with the band The Foundations. Anyone remember the song Build Me Up, Buttercup? Well, that's him. Born in Colombo, Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka. He passed away in 2015. Next, in 1941, on this day, John Davidson was born. You might remember him as an American TV host for Hollywood Squares. He took over for Peter Marshall, and he was also on That's Incredible, if you can remember that far back. He was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Next, we have another Canadian, Ferguson Jenkins, born on this day in 1942, celebrating his 81st birthday today. He's a Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher and coach. He won the Cy Young Award for the National League, Major League Baseball All-Star for several years with the Chicago Cubs, born in Chatham, Ontario. All right. Who here prefers a female voice over an American voice when it comes to artificial intelligence, like your Amazon or Google device? Well, this next person was born on this day in 1945, and that was Anne Seardal, Syrdal. And she's an American psychologist and computer science researcher who developed the female synthetic voices at AT&T. And she was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, passed away in 2020. Next, we've got Charles, or Chuck Findley, born in 1947 on this day, American jazz and rock session trumpet and flugelhorn player with the bands Steely Dan, the Carpenters, and he was also on the Tonight Show band, born in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. A lot of good musicians on that Tonight Show. Speaking of Steely Dan, we've got Jeff, aka Skunk Baxter, born on this day, 1948, a year after Chuck. He's a guitarist for Steely Dan from 1972 to 74, and then with the Doobie Brothers from 74 to 79. He was also a missile defense consultant, if you can believe that, born in Washington, D.C. That's like that Dolph Lundgren there from those Expendable movies. He's actually a rocket scientist, believe it or not. Okay, next we've got Ted Nugent celebrating his birthday today, born in 1948. He's, of course, an American rock guitarist known for the song Cat Scratch Fever and many others. He's a right-wing gun advocate, and he was born in Detroit, Michigan, and he kills everything he eats on his ranch. Next, we go to 1952. On this day, Sylvester Ritter was born. Well, Sylvester is also known as the Junkyard Dog, an American professional wrestler born in Wadesboro, North Carolina. He passed away way back in 1998, but I do remember him. Bob Gainey celebrates a birthday today. 1953, he was born. Canadian NHL player and hockey bureaucrat, born in Peterborough. And next we have also in 1953, Thomas E. Sanders. He's an American aerial cameraman. He was in the movie Living Daylights. So an aerial cameraman is a guy that jumps out of a plane with a camera to film other skydivers. So he was born in San Pedro, California, and he passed away in 2017. Next, we've got Steve Buscemi celebrating his 66th birthday. Born in 1957 on this day. He's an American actor and filmmaker. He was in Reservoir Dogs. He also has 2 rows of teeth on his top section of teeth there. He was also on Boardwalk Empire and 30 Rock. He was born in New York City, New York. He was also a New York City firefighter. And on 9/11 in 2001, he went down to his old station house and helped with rescuing and helping people that needed it there. So very nice guy. Okay. Next, we've got Marianne Gravatte. Gravatte with an E, born on this day, 1959. She is an American model and Playboy Playmate. 82 and 83, she was Playmate of the Year. Born in Hollywood, California. Next, we've got Jamie Foxx celebrating his 56th birthday. Jamie Foxx is born in 1967 on this day. He's an American comedian who started off on the show In Living Color. Remember that? A lot of folks came from there. He's an Academy Award-winning actor for the movie Ray and Grammy Award-winning musician for the song Blame It, born in Texas, Terrell, Texas. Next, we've got Sergei Fedorov, born on this day, 1969. He's a Russian NHL forward for Detroit. He also won the Olympic silver medal in 1998, born in Russia. Next, we've got BJ Penn, born on this day, 1978. BJ Penn is an American mixed martial artist. He was in the UFC, born in Kailua, Hawaii. Next, we've got Amy Lee. She's the lead singer in the band Evanescence. She celebrates her 42nd birthday today, born in 1981 in Riverside, California. And last on my list is Taylor Swift, turning 34 years old today. So that means she was born on this day in 1989. She's an American Grammy and Emmy award-winning country and pop singer-songwriter. She's also a Guinness World Record holder. I don't know for what, but she was born in Reading, Pennsylvania. And that's it for famous people's birthdays on this day. Do we have any questions or comments, or anyone who would like to check in to this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group? Please come now. Okay, nothing heard. So that means let's go to who died today in history. It's currently 9:02 p.m. And we'll start off with Thomas A. Watson. In 1934, on this day, Thomas Watson was an American assistant to Alexander Graham Bell in inventing the telephone. So he passed away on this day at the age of 80. Watson, go get that thing over there. Okay, next we've got 1945, a lady by the name of Irma Grese, Grese. Now, Irma was a German Nazi concentration camp guard known as the Hyena of Auschwitz, and a convicted war criminal, and was executed by hanging at the age of 22 on this day. I don't normally do serial killers and mass killers, but this one needed to be mentioned. 22 years of age. All right, next, who remembers Amos and Andy? Well, in 1958 on this day, Tim Moore, an American actor for Amos and Andy, dies at the age of 71. For those who don't know, Amos and Andy is an American radio sitcom about black characters, initially set in Chicago and later in the Harlem section of New York City. I used to listen to old radio shows on the weekend when I was younger, and Amos and Andy always made me laugh. It was pretty good. Actually, there's a lot of old radio TV shows. That's how everything started before TV. I meant to say radio shows. Everything was on radio before television. So that was a good one. Next, we've got the singer and songwriter for Ghost Riders in the Sky. That song, Ghost Riders in the Sky. That's Stan Jones, passing away in 1963. He dies of cancer at the age of 49. And here's another person from Amos and Andy in 1969. So the other fellow was Tim Moore in 1958. He passed away. And Spencer Williams passed away in 1969 on this day. And he was also an actor on the Amos and Andy show. And he was 76 years old. And in 1999, passing away on this day, Alan Breed, American inventor of the first automotive airbag sensor, dies of a heart attack while suffering from lung cancer at the age of 72. Next, we go to the year 2002, and we have Zal, Z-A-L, Yanofsky. He's a Canadian rock guitarist with the Lovin' Spoonful. Do You Believe in Magic? Remember that song? He dies of a heart attack at the age of 57. And let's go to 2005, and we have Stanley Tukey Williams. That may sound familiar to some of you who are familiar with the Crips. He's the co-founder of the Crips and convicted murderer. Tukey was born in 1953, passing away in 2005. And lastly, we go to the year 2016. Alan Thicke passed away. He's a Canadian actor. He was on Growing Pains and host of Thick of the Night. Never heard of that. And he was also the theme song composer for Different Strokes and The Facts of Life. He dies of an aortic dissection at the age of 69. His son, Robin Thicke, has had some success in music, And so that's our list for people who passed away on this day in history. Do you have any questions, comments, or check-ins for this week's AREG net? This is VA3CJZ. Okay, well, for the last several weeks, I've been covering who passed away this year. I've been covering 1 or 2 months every week. And now we go to the months of October and November of this year. Famous people that passed away. We'll start off with October 5th of this year. Dick Butkus passed away. He's an American College Pro Football Hall of Fame linebacker with the University of Illinois. He was an NFL Defensive Player of the Year and all-time pro, and he was with the Chicago Bears. He was also a sportscaster for CBS and ESPN, and he was an actor on the TV show My Two Dads, if anyone remembers that. Dies at the age of 80. And also this year on October 10th, Charles Mark Goddard passed away. He's one of the people who played in Lost in Space, the original series in black and white, if you remember. He was Major Don West. He was a pilot. I think the guy from Friends played his part when they redid the Lost in Space movie there. So he passes away. He was also a teacher, and he passed away of pulmonary fibrosis at the age of 87. And then on October 15th, Suzanne Summers passed away this year. She's an American actress, most famously known for being on Three's Company as Chrissy from 1977 to 81. And she dies from complications of breast cancer at the age of 76. I do believe she also, she was, I don't know if she invented the Thigh Master, but she was promoting it. If anybody remembers the Thigh Master, that might give you a little smile there. And this year on October 21st, Bobby passed away, B-O-B-I. That's a Portuguese purebred Rafeiro do Alejandro dog, and the world's oldest recorded dog. Dies at the age of 31 years and 165 days. 31 years for a dog. That's unheard of. Wow. All right. Okay, so let's go to October 24th of this year. Richard Roundtree, also known as Shaft. dies of pancreatic cancer at the age of 81. He was Private Detective John Shaft in the 1971 film Shaft, and 4 of its sequels, as well as TV series. So Richard Roundtree passing away. And then we have Matthew Perry from Friends, Chandler Bing on Friends, passing away on October 28th. He drowns after a cardiac arrest in his jacuzzi. He was 54 years old. And finally, on October 31st of this year, Ken Mattingly passing away. He was a United States Navy naval officer and NASA astronaut with Apollo 16. Dies at the age of 87. And so let's go to November now. Next week we'll cover December. So November 16th of this year, George Brown passed away. He's an American R&B and funk drummer with Kool and the Gang. Anyone remember the song Celebration? Anyways, he dies of lung cancer at the age of 74. And finally, on November 29th, Henry Kissinger passed away this year. He was born, he was 100 years old, born in 1923. Of course, he was a German-American diplomat, U.S. Secretary of State, and winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. He was also advisor to the president, a couple of presidents. Passing away on November 29th, Henry Kissinger. And so that wraps up famous people passing away on this day and this year. Do we have any check-ins, questions, or comments? Please come now. This is VA3 CJZ.
Fantastic net. Echo 3 Zulu, Sugar Zulu 73.
All right. Thank you very much there, Sam. Do appreciate it. It's not as exciting as some weeks, but nonetheless, it's interesting. And so next we can go to historical events. But let's do one more call out. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, please come now. Okay, so I guess we'll continue on then, and we'll go with historical events. We go back in time as far back as I find interesting. And tonight we'll start with the year 1266. Now, on this day in 1266, rebels are holed up inside Kenilworth Castle, and they surrender after 107. No, sorry. Let me read that again. Rebels that are holed up inside Kenilworth Castle surrender after 172 days to Henry III, ending one of the longest sieges in medieval English history. There, that's better. Okay. Now this one's interesting. In 1636, on this day, the Massachusetts Bay Colony organizes 3 militia regiments to defend the colony against the Pequot Indians, recognized today as the founding of the United States National Guard. It goes all the way back to 1636. Here's something Sam might find interesting. A gentleman by the name is Tasman. He cites New Zealand. In 1642, Dutch explorer Abel Tasman cites the South Island of present-day New Zealand. Initially, he calls it Statenland and changes it a year later to Niu Zealand. Let me spell that for you. New is spelled Nieuw, and Zealand is spelled Zeeland. New Zealand. So there you go. Sam, just for you. All right. The very first music store in America opens on this day in 1759. And that was in Philadelphia. Not much else information about it, but they sold instruments, music sheets, so on and so forth. They didn't have no CDs back then. All right. Next, we have Paul Revere and his famous ride in 1774 on this day. Paul Revere and Wentworth Cheswell ride to warn Portsmouth of the approach of the British warships. So there you go. The British are coming. The British are coming. All right. In 1916, on this day, an avalanche kills 10,000 Austrian and Italian troops in a 24-hour period in Tyrol, Tyrol. Now, 1916 is right in the middle of World War I, and these were Austrian and Italian troops probably looking to gain some kind of advantage by going through the mountains, and they were killed by an avalanche. All right, this one's fairly interesting. In 1920, on this day, Francis G. Pease, Pease, has an interferometer at Mount Wilson Observatory and is the first to measure the diameter of a star. And that star was Betelgeuse, 1920. And of course, in 1920, the League of Nations establishes the International Court of Justice in The Hague, Netherlands. That's where all war crimes have been brought forward to the courts. And the League of Nations, I do believe, was the name before they called it United Nations. So it was called the League of Nations back then. And then in 1938, on this day in Los Angeles, California, they start freezing and because they received a temperature of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's not normal. They do get around 8 to 10 degrees at night. I remember being in LA one winter right around this time. So 28 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 2.2 Celsius back in 1938. Hey, does anyone here know how James Dean got his start in movies? Well, James Dean, in 1950, James Dean begins his career with an appearance in a Pepsi commercial. I didn't even know that. So there you go. Let's jump to 1961 on this day. The Beatles sign a formal agreement to be managed by Brian Epstein. As everyone should know, Brian Epstein has made the Beatles very successful and rich, as well as himself, for sure. And then in 1963 on this day, Capitol Records signs right of first refusal agreement with the Beatles. Now, I had to look this up. Basically, it means Capitol Records can decide where their music can be played in short form. So that's it. And then next year in 1964 in El Paso, Texas, LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson, and Mexican President Gustavo Diaz set off an explosion diverting the Rio Grande River to reshape the U.S.-Mexico border. I didn't know that. That was back in 1964. All right, now this is crazy. In 1971, on this day, a gentleman by the name of John Sinclair, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for selling 2 marijuana joints, is freed from prison. Isn't that crazy? All right, 1975, another one for the books. The first time Saturday Night Live uses a time delay because Richard Pryor is the host. You can just take it from there. Actually, they did it one more time. I know for sure when Sam Kinison was host. That guy can't say 2 words without swearing. Anyways, that was in 1975, first time delay. And then the following year, on this day, 1976, is the longest nonstop passenger air flight from Sydney to San Francisco, which took 13 hours and 14 minutes. Okay, in 1983, on this day, 9,655 people get to see the highest scoring NBA game. Detroit, 186, Denver, 184. And that's with 3 overtimes. I don't follow basketball, but there you go. So let's go to hockey now. Also in 1983, on this day, the Islanders' Butch Goring scores 4 goals against the Oilers. Okay, let's go to 1988. 3 men end their 29-hour, all 466 station subway ride in New York City. So they stayed on the subway for 29 hours, and they covered all 466 stations. That's back in 1988. Something to do, I guess. And then 1995, on this day, Christopher Reeve, the original first modern Superman in a movie. Christopher Reeve is released from physical rehab center after his fall from his horse in a riding competition. You may remember Christopher Reeve broke his neck or his back, or he was in rough shape. Didn't think he would live, but he did for a while anyways. And then let's go to 1996 now, back to sports. Clemens signs with the Blue Jays. Free agent Roger Clemens signs with the Toronto Blue Jays today in history in 1996. Next, we have Saddam Hussein is captured on this day in 2003. Former Iraqi President Saddam Hussein is captured near his hometown of Tikrit during Operation Red Dawn by U.S. forces. Well, I don't know if it was by the U.S. forces, but I do know the Iraqi people summarily found him guilty and hung him immediately, I think on the same day, if I'm not mistaken. So that was in 2003. Now let's go to 2006 on this day. We have the Baiji, Baiji, or also known as the Chinese river dolphin, is announced as an extinct species. Remember when I mentioned Roger Clemens signing with the Blue Jays in 96? Well, in 2007, the Mitchell Report is publicly released, listing the names of 89 Major League Baseball players that have presumably used anabolic steroids and human growth hormone. Notable players named include Roger Clemens and Miguel Tejada. So there you go, Roger Clemens. All right, this is for all you UFC fans. In 2015, Irishman Conor McGregor knocks out Brazilian Jose Aldo in 13 seconds to win his first featherweight title in Las Vegas. All right, let's go back to New Zealand. In 2017, on this day, prehistoric bones of a penguin as tall as a human, 1.77 meters, found on Otago Beach, New Zealand. And that was reported in Nature Communications. Also in 2017, Salma Hayek accuses Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment and threatening to kill her. We all know what happened to Harvey Weinstein. He's serving like 40 years in prison. Now, let's go to 2018. Apple announces a new $1 billion campus in Austin, Texas, and expansion in other U.S. cities. Back in 2018. Apple can sure afford it. That's for sure. For what they charge for a phone. And geez, you know those little air tags? They cost double what any other tag costs. Anyways, well, let's go to 2021. And Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, is named Time's Person of the Year. So 2 years ago, Elon Musk was named Time's Person of the Year. And then last year, on this day in 2022, it's reported that the first nuclear fusion reaction in a laboratory setting, replicating the same energy that powers the sun, is announced by scientists at Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, California. So, first nuclear fusion reaction. All right, we're getting near the end, and we'll go to 2022 again with New Zealand. Passing the world's first tobacco ban, outlawing smoking for anyone born after the year 2009. There you go. Huh. And let's end with sports. Ovechkin scores 800. Last year on this day, Washington Capitals center Alex Ovechkin scores a hat trick in a 7-3 away win over Chicago Blackhawks to join Wayne Gretzky and Gordie Howe as the only players in NHL history to score 800 goals. Congratulations to Alex Ovechkin. And that wraps up on this day in history. Do you have any questions or comments, or anyone would like to check into our net? Please come now. This is VA3CJZ. All right. Well, let's go to the top of the list and check back in with VE3 Papa Delta Lima. Paul, are you around?
VE3LBI.
Oh, there we go. VE3LBI. Larry, come on in.
Yep, I was letting you finish up before I checked in. I usually try to get by 9 o'clock, but you were continuing through, so I just let it go. But I thought when you get the opportunity, I'll check into the net there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have made several calls while I was doing on this day, call outs for check-ins, but that's fine. So what's new and exciting with Larry?
Oh, not too much. I was making a few calls myself. Basically, I had to go to the facility, so I probably missed some of your calls that you were putting out for new contacts or new coming in. So not too much, Chuck, really. Cool day today. Wind was strong again and very cool outside. So don't have any Christmas shopping to do, but we had to go to Walmart, and my goodness, the one in Upper James there was just absolutely, the parking lot was unbelievable, just full.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can just imagine what the shopping malls are like. You know, I haven't been up to Lime Ridge in so long, I can't remember. I think we used to park across the street where the Toys R Us was. I don't even know if it's still there.
Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for the repeater to drop. It's not on the repeater. Simplex. Yes, the Toys R Us is still there. No, they've actually, they're remodeling some of it now. I can't think of the name of the place was there. Oh, it was appliances and knickknacks and all the rest of it. Was on the east side. Anyways, that's been closed up, and they're remodeling it and doing some work up there. Apparently, they're supposed to put in some condos or something up that way too on the property.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Geez, that reminds me, my daughter, used to be one of Santa's helper during the Christmas season at a mall in Welland. And then last year, she did one here at Eastgate, but she's not doing it this year. So, yeah.
I happened to drop into the Burlington Mall last Friday on my way out to my eye appointment. And to be honest with you, the Burlington Mall puts Hamilton's, I don't know, we don't have a mall downtown anymore. They destroyed that by putting all those little Canadian Tires and all the rest of the stuff all spread apart. But as for Lime Ridge Mall, the Burlington Mall has put the Hamilton Lime Ridge Mall to disgrace. It is well done up and nowhere comparably to Hamilton. It's terrible. Hamilton, I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I'm curious as to what's going on with the Eaton Center or downtown there next to Jackson Square. I know every time I go into Jackson Square, there's a store closing or there's a new one opening. There's always a high turnover of tenants.
Chuck, I haven't been down there in years. I have no idea. It's been a long time since I've been down that way. Just no reason to go. We don't shop. We don't like Christmas for us. Wife and myself, we don't buy each other anymore. But we buy for the kids. Well, I say the kids. We buy for the grandson. The older kids, they always get their envelope with a little bit of money in it. So makes it easier, and then they can get what they want instead of us trying to figure it out. So, anyways, I'll turn it back over to you. I guess you're just running down the list there. So I'll take a standby and pick me up when you get back around this way. The E3LBI.
Okay, very good then, Larry. Yeah, thanks for checking in and filling us in on your week. What was I going to say? I finally got the state of Alaska a few days ago. I was thrilled after I was confirmed on QRZ on the same day. Didn't have to wait. And so now I've only got 2 more states to go, Wyoming and Oklahoma, I do believe. So, yeah, 2 more to go and I can get my 50. So different story on POTA. I think I still need about 12 states on POTA, but we're getting there. It's not a race. And so, yeah, very good. I'm sure the POTA will be slowing down a bit, as I've noticed anyways. So, but there's still, lots going on. As long as the parks are open, people will go. Okay, so we'll clear with VE3LBI. And before I continue on down the list, let's see if anyone else is out there would like to join us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3CJZ, looking for anyone, anywhere.
Yeah, just a quick check-in with you there, Chuck. I've been listening a while, but been reading and trying to figure out this DigiRig thing. Anyhow, just a quick check-in. Everyone have a good night. VA3 any.
Oh, okay there, Kevin. VA3NE, VA3CJZ. Thanks for the check-in, Kevin. You're number 15 tonight. And FL Digi. Yeah, I remember downloading that software and playing around with it. Gosh, it's been a while now. And so I'll have to figure that out all over again. So anyways, everything going all right with you there, Kevin?
Yeah, not too bad. Just have my coffee here, eat some jubes, and actually I'm on the Chinese radio. It connects very easy to the computer and able to use all these programs with just a cheap $2 cable. Spent a lot of money on the DigiRig, I meant to say, to connect the 7000 to do it all. Finally got it all going and working, and I don't know if it's RF or what, but even at 5 watts, it's just messing up the radio clicking. Oh, well. Back to the drawing board tomorrow. I give up. I've been messing with that for 3 days. I finally got it going today. I was using the wrong cable. They sent me 3 cables, but you only use 2 of them, and they don't tell you which 2.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of something else. So that's a audio interface, right?
Yeah, it's just a little tiny little black box, fits in the palm of your hand real small. That's why I liked it, eh? You know, I do the activations and that. I was thinking of bringing it along and doing some low powered FT8 activations at the parks and that next summer, but I'll get it going by then.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, someone else, I think Barry ISX was trying to get me to get one because when I first started doing the net, I just had the audio coming right out, and the microphone was picking it up and picking up all the other sound noise around it. And so I decided to use a USB sound card, Kevin, with the Yaesu 857 there at the front port where the speaker plug-in is. I just plug that into with a 2.5 or 3.5 millimeter jack, and plugs right into the USB sound card. And then, of course, you just plug the USB in, and the audio goes right straight through my laptop. So no fuss, no muss.
Oh yeah, I've seen those things. Yeah, I got the two little AC jacks on the end.
Yeah.
And then I think you plug a USB to the others. I don't know. I've seen it though, Britt. I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's two ports, one for in and one for out going, and then you just plug the USB in your computer, or in my case, I have many USB items there, and I have what do you call a hub with several USB ports in it. So I just plug the sound card in there, and as far as the radio audio goes, it's perfect. So it was worth the $20 or whatever I paid for it, and less hassle than an audio interface. But anyways, good luck with that, Kevin. I hope you figure it out. Sometimes it takes a little while to get the kinks out of new things, and yeah, keep going on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. So with that, thanks, Kevin. Do appreciate your check-in. Anything else, buddy?
No, that's it. Yeah, that sounds like a good simple device you got there for $20. Yeah, I got this all working, but I don't know if it's RF or what. It just clicks the radio off and on and kicks me off my WSJT. But the little Chinese radio with QRP works fine, perfectly. All right, thanks for being there, Chuck. I'll be listening along. VA3 any.
Okay, very good then. So we'll clear with VA3 November Echo, and let me acknowledge Dave B, VA3 FMB, checking in with us from Mississauga on the YouTube stream. Once again, for those who are just listening now, you can follow us on the YouTube. Just put in my call in the YouTube search box, and you can look for us live, and you can play back. When you came on, you can hear yourself. Just move the slider down at the bottom, and it does have a clock on it. So wherever in the last little while you want to go to, just move the slider at the bottom to where you'd like, and you can listen along. And so thank you, Wayne, for checking in. Hope everything's going well with you, sir. And with that, let's see if anyone else is out there that would like to check in with us here on the weekly amateur radio exchange group, Simplex Net. Please come now.
Victor Echo 3, November Whiskey.
VA3LU.
All right, I got two stations there. I got November Whiskey and Alpha Lima Uniform. Let's say hello to Arpad. Come on in.
Hello, Chuck. Good evening to you and everybody else on the net. This is Victor Echo 3, November Whiskey from Hamilton, Ontario. Yeah, you're coming in loud and clear. I just turned on the radio, and I did hear you there. And just got home, and I guess I'm just going to say 73, and just hopefully more people are going to check in.
Okay, Arpad. Well, I do thank you for your check-in, and I wanted to find out what you decided to do about the windshield. Are you going to get a professional to install it? Because I think you mentioned something about the fact that you should have it indoor, you should have it inside somewhere to do that so that it's at room temperature.
Well, I removed the windshield today, actually, both of them. And tomorrow I'm going to clean up all the tracks and everything. And there's some rust repair has to be done on the frame. So that's going to be the next step. And hopefully by the weekend, apparently it's going to be above 10 degrees. So I can get some, gonna need
Yes.
some of that black caulking. Whatever. It's not even caulking. It's like a liquid rubber. I'm gonna have to find some location where I can get that. Maybe somebody can let me know. That would be helpful.
Oh, the windshield sealant. Okay. So if anybody out there knows where you can get some of that, come on in.
CJW comment.
Yes, sir. CJW comment. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's RPAD is the name of the station there. I'd suggest looking at either maybe Princess Auto or Napa Auto Parts. Maybe try one of them. You might find it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger that. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of them. It's for a motorhome, and yeah, there's lots of gaps to fill. And yeah, I pulled out the windshield today, and it was rusty a little bit. There's a metal frame around it, so I'm going to strip it down tomorrow, and then going to repaint everything. So yeah, and I have the glass and the molding and everything like that. So everything is gonna be like brand new by hopefully by the weekend. Then it can go in for to get it certified.
Oh, very good, RPAD. Sounds like you got quite a project there, and sounds like you've got the steps all taken care of that you need to do. Get it all cleaned up and maybe patched and rust-proof. But yeah, if you're looking for supplies, maybe try either Napa Auto Parts or Princess Auto. You can even check their websites. You might find something on there.
Yeah, I went to Princess Auto. They don't have that kind of. I don't want to use caulking because like that's not that good. You need something which one stays flexible. Yeah, so actually, I watched some YouTube videos and what the problem with these new motorhomes, what they have now these days. They have one single big glass, and they have these sliders, and then they have these stabilizers, or like they come out the ground and make it in level. And when you're setting it wrong or something, or the body is twisting, the windshields are cracking. Yeah, I guess it's better to buy insurance on those glasses. Yeah, Chris, you're coming in with an S9. You're doing a good job.
Well, thanks very much, RPAD. Yeah, you need something. Obviously, you need something that's going to be flexible, right? Even driving down the road, you're going to be swaying back and forth a little bit. Even if you're not noticing the movement, it's going to move. So you're definitely going to want something to stick that window in there that is going to maintain the flexibility. I guess the other thing you could do is talk to one of the local window guys, or even one of the Speedy Glass or one of those companies, and see where they get their supplies.
There you go.
I'm not sure if they're going to tell me. Probably what they're going to say, we'll sell you 10 tubes or so. Gonna cost you $500. Probably that's what they're going to say. They're not going to give. You know what? Maybe Home Depot has it. You never know.
Yeah, copy that. Other than that, yeah, just the internet's our friend for those kind of things. So just search around, see what other people are using, and then look for that online maybe. Anyhow, RPAD, best of luck with that, and good luck with the project. Hope you get it all done and completed and all tidied up. VE3NE, I think it is. This
Windshield
is
sealant
CJW
for
Clear.
RVs.
Yeah, 73, Chris, and yeah, it's Victor Echo 3 November Whiskey, NW, Northwest. Back to you, Chuck.
Okay, very good then, RPAD and Chris. I'm glad you jumped in there with some recommendations, and yeah, do some research there, phone up a few places, and yeah, right now I'm looking at Permatex windshield and glass sealer. sealer. Seems to be the best window sealant. Permatex. So check that out.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I'm going to look it up, and hopefully it's gonna be done soon.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be very nice for the next 5 days. Tomorrow, they're calling for mainly sunny +5. Friday, mainly sunny +9. Saturday, cloudy with sunny breaks +7. And Sunday, +8, cloudy with showers. And Monday, +5. So there you go. Good luck with your timing and the weather. And I'm sure I can't wait to get for you to get on the road again, or get the RV on the road. And so I'm sure you're probably more excited than I am. But thank you for your check-in, Arpad. You enjoy the rest of the evening. Please say hello to the missus, and take care.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much. And yeah, the temperature here is -4 right now, so it's a little bit coolish outside. 73. You guys have a good night.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm reading -1.3 at my location, and the Weather Network is showing -3 over at the airport. Whenever you look at the temperature on the Weather Network, it is always taken at the airport, which makes no sense to me because no one lives at the airport. But anyways, I digress. All right, so let's do another call out and see who else would like to check in with us here on the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
VA3 ALU.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Al. I do have you right after Arpad. I should have looked at my list. I already have you written down. Come on in, Al.
Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, don't know, no problem. Things happen. Just thank you very much, and just thought I'd just pop in to say a quick hello.
All right. Well, I do appreciate you checking in as always there, Al. Everything going with good with you and the family? Has anyone been sick yet with that flu and cold?
Yeah, we've been very lucky. We've had no family member with a cold yet or COVID. None of us have been vaccinated. We're non-vaxxers, and yeah, it's just one thing after the other, though. But other than that, it's been pretty good health-wise this year, anyway. A lot of my friends who got the shot, though, I must say, they've got a lot of health problems. I don't know if it's related, I don't know, but it just seems coincidental. But yeah, I got -1 over here, and if you're telling me that's the airport, that's quite a ways from my place. It's probably a balmy 40 here. But anyways, Chuck, I just wanted to pop in and say hello. It's been a few weeks since I got on here, just on my walkie, actually, not on my set, so I thought I'd pop in. Thank you very much for having us and putting on the show here. Great show, by the way.
All right. Well, thanks, Al. And your handheld is doing a fabulous job to my location. You are full strength and full quieting. Glad to hear you guys are healthy. And yeah, the wife brought home a bug there, and of course I got it. And we both tested ourselves, and it was negative for COVID, so that's good. But it was a lingering cold or flu, and it lasted for about 3 weeks before we started to feel better. So something's going around. And oh, I read somewhere, I think it was this year. Yeah, this year, the FBI in the United States have come out and said that they believe that the COVID-19 was, in fact, accidentally released from the Wuhan lab in China. So, whatever else people are saying, the U.S. has some pretty good intel. So, I would go with that. Blame it on China. I'm not surprised. They've had that kind of issue before. And apparently, they have some kind of bug going around now. A bunch of people are hitting the hospitals. I read up on that recently. So, yeah, Better be safe than sorry. Especially if you're going out in public, make sure don't touch your face and wash your hands. I highly recommend it. I wear gloves inside the store, and so especially in the winter, it comes in handy. I just keep them on, do my shopping, and take my hand out of my gloves just to use my cell phone and pay for everything. And then the glove goes back on, and out I go. So, anyways, Al, thanks again for checking in, my friend. Appreciate it. Hope to hear you next week.
Okay, thank you very much, and great information there. Yeah, I heard there was another little bug going around too. It's supposed to be a spin-off from the COVID-19, but I don't know how true that is. And like Trump said, yeah, the China flu. Politically correctness. But anyways, thank you very much, and have yourself a great day.
Okay, Al. Thanks again. You too. Take care. And we do stream the net on YouTube, and so if anyone wants to watch the whole net back, just go to YouTube and put in VA3CJZ, and you can find us there. Tonight, our title is AREG Week 1578, and so far we've got 18 check-ins along with our YouTube check-ins, and so let's see who else is out there that would like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Please come now. All right, so let's go back to the top of the list. PDL did not answer. Let's try Downtown Rick, VA3AXJ.
Yeah, still here, Chuck. Wide awake, actually. I got to get up early in the morning. I don't know what I'm going to do. Kind of wide-eyed and bushy-tailed here.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as, I tried to check into the Ontario net there on Burlington. They couldn't get through on the 40 side. I don't know why. Anyhow, and another part there, what's that store? Downtown there. I can't remember the name of it now. But I heard it's supposed to be for demolition. What's the name of that store now? I can't remember the name of the store. You're just talking about it. Beside the eating center there. Yeah, I heard it was scheduled for demolition or some sort.
Oh, you mean the Eaton Center? Well, stand by a second there, Rick. I think Art is in there. VE3 Kilo Charlie India. Go ahead, Art. Did you hear that, Rick?
Yeah, I thought it was Jackson Square. That's what I was told. But anyhow, yeah, I knew there was one of them. Anyhow, other than that, I got nothing more here. I gotta try and relax and calm myself down so I can get up early in the morning. These appointments over with. I'm getting so sick and tired of going to doctors and getting stuck with needles. I'm sick of it.
Oh, yeah. Needles. I know. Okay. Very good then, Rick. Well, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed yourself. It's a great way to pass a couple of hours on a Wednesday evening. So thanks again, Rick. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. We usually try and monitor. I missed you the other day. You were calling on there, and I had food in my mouth, so I was just wolfing down my food, so I didn't come back. But anyhow, take her easy there, Rick.
Yeah, I got the new antenna on the truck. It's working fine. I actually put another antenna up, and I had to make up another set of coax cable so I can take the portable with me just in case of emergency and the radio stopped working. I'll have the portable with me. So that's my next venture. The cable's here. It's already installed. I just got to put the portable in there.
Ah, very good, very good. Yeah, all right. Well, give me a shout tomorrow there, and I'll give you a check on the Simplex on 2 meters right here on 146.430.
Right, Joe. Okay, I don't know what time it'll be. I got to be up at the Juravinsky. I think it's 10:30 or something like that in the morning. Anytime after that, I'll probably be gabbing on the radio.
Okay, very good then. Well, good luck with your appointment. Okay, thanks again, Rick. Have a good one. And so we'll clear with VA3AXJ and Art, VE3 Kilo Charlie India. Please stand by. I'll get to you in a minute, and I'm going to have Mac do a relay for me if he doesn't mind. And so let's go to our next contestant on Check In with Chuck. VE3 GBD George, you still there? Okay, nothing heard. I'd also like to take the time to acknowledge our YouTube check-ins. We have Kilo India 5, Sierra Papa Alpha, Michael in Arkansas. Thank you so much for checking in, as well as VE3 IUK, Bill. Thank you. And Dave, VA3 FMB. And so next is Art. So we'll have Mac do a relay. Let me call Mac, please. VA3 IMW, are you there?
I am. Victor Alpha 3, Indy Mike Whiskey. Okay, Art, we're going to give you the perfect relay of the day. So VE3 KCI, VA3 IMW, go ahead. So which radio is it you're working with right now? Is this the FT991A or is this the 7100?
The one I'm on right now is the FT991.
Wow, boy, oh boy, you're radio rich. So you've got a FT991A, a 7300, and a 7100. So the 991 and the 7100 are both shack in a box, and the 7300 is strictly HF. So, yeah, you've got the market cornered there. Anyways, you're sounding good to me tonight. Let's just double check with Chuck and see how he's hearing you. VA3 CJZ, what's your signal reception on Art tonight?
Okay, VA3 CJZ here. Mac and Art. I was getting, originally I got Art at S5, but pretty noisy when he first checked in. And now he's down to S4, and I could make out more of what he's saying, but not everything. But I can make you out there, Art. Go ahead, Art.
Yeah, I'm catching you over here at S5. Pretty noisy, just like more than 4. Yeah, still good to hear you.
Okay, so communication isn't impossible. Obviously, 2 meters is a little bit noisier than 70 centimeters, so just resident noise levels on 2 meters is probably going to be your worst enemies. Anyways, Art, it's just about, well, it's way past your bedtime. What the hell are you doing up this late at night? Oh, yes. Yeah, we all have that bad habit. Okay, yes. Okay. Well, at 21:59, we're probably facing the 73 round. So I'm just going to assume that Chuck's making this the 73 round, and I'll let you finish up.
Yeah, when I first did talking on her radio, one alpha, that's the same radio over here. I just fell off the water.
All right, well, you got to find a nice soft place to land. anyways, radio's doing a good job as far as I'm concerned there. Keep up the good work. Anything else for Chuck before we move along?
No, you wanted to say, Chuck, I hope you have a good week and everything else like that. You and the missus over there. And keep up what you're doing. Fantastic job out there. I remember when my dad used to do it. I used to sit there for
Okay, very good. Chuck, I'm pretty sure you've got a copy on 9/10 of that anyways. Let me know if you need anything recopied.
Yeah, no, that's good enough there, Mac. I do appreciate it. My furnace just kicked in there, so yeah. Anyways, Art, thank you for checking in, and look forward to hearing from you again next week, my friend. And you can tell us all about your exploits with all your radios, which ones you prefer best, and so on and so forth. So, congratulations on getting the radio in today and on the air. So take care, my friend. We'll talk to you again soon, I hope. And we're done. Okay, very good. Art, take care, my friend. 7-3. So let's go to the next person on my list, and that's Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. 7-3 round, Mac.
All right, I'm way out of order because yeah, you forgot Deb somewhere in the rotation. Nonetheless, I'll bid you my 7-3, and thanks for doing a wonderful job as usual. I'll be standing by for a short bit afterwards, and then it's time to turn into a dinosaur. No, pumpkin, and we'll catch you all on the radio tomorrow. 7-3 is 1-0.
Okay, Mac. Thanks for your check-in and all your help, and hope you enjoyed yourself. And yeah, I didn't forget about Deb. Remember, she said she had a migraine, and that would be her only transmission. And so, unless at the end she wants to say something, but the next person on my list, actually, that was before you, was Wade, but he's having trouble with his throat. I think I don't know if he wants to say 7-3 on the air or not, but let's try him out. VA3 NCA. Wade.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Yeah, I'll key up one last time here to say 7-3s, and thanks again, Chuck, for doing such a great job every week. But I will probably hang it up after this and go QRT and maybe get back to sleep. I've only slept I don't know 75% of the day, so maybe if I get in earlier tonight, then tomorrow I'll be better off. So, anyways, wanted to say I saw your 3D printed sign there, your station call sign on your YouTube stream. It looks great. Right there front and center on top of your radio. And other than that, I'll say 7-3, and thanks again for doing it all. And I'll talk to everybody later, at least next week, if not before. VA3NCA, back to you, Chuck.
Okay, Wade, very good. Remember, you don't have to get up tomorrow, so you can sleep in and get all the rest that you need. Drink plenty of fluids, orange juice, and all that fun stuff. And if you're having trouble falling asleep, take a shot of whiskey or something like that. It might help you. But anyways, thanks again, Wade. Take care, my friend. We'll talk to you again soon. And so with that, we'll clear with VA3NCA, and let's do a check-in and see if Deb wants to say goodnight. Victor Alpha 3, obey your leader. All right, I guess not. So we'll go to Brian next in Dundas. Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Kilo Mike. Are you there, Brian?
Yes, I am, and I've been listening along and enjoying your comment, your facts and comments. I love that stuff. I heard KCI at Easy Plus 9 here during their convo to you, and IMW at plus huge. Big signals here from both those guys. It's like they're standing here. So anyway, it's the 3D printer vein. I heard a comment. I went to a friend's house today up in Brantford, and he printed off a couple of side handles for my FT9 or 891. Which I'm going to pick up in the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, anyway, that's a great net, and yeah, back to you.
Okay, very good then, Brian. As a matter of fact, if you happen to be looking at our YouTube stream, I've got a camera on right now that's displaying proudly my call sign that was 3D printed by VE3 Zulu Juliet Charlie Jason. And so I do appreciate that. And so I'm currently displaying it on the YouTube stream. And yeah, it's my first thing that I've seen that's been 3D printed like in person. I've never seen anything except for on TV, of course. So, anyways, Brian, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. It's been my pleasure having you aboard. And you take care, and we'll talk to you soon. I usually monitor this frequency throughout the week. And so anybody wishing to check the radios or what have you, or has a question, they can just drop in here, and chances are I'll be listening. So we'll clear with VA3 BKM, and let's go to Chris in Burlington. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet, Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Whiskey. Yeah, Chuck, 73, great job on the net tonight, but that's nothing unusual for you. You do a fantastic job over the net. Word of advice for everybody out there who's struggling with sore throats, colds, and everything else, check with your doctor and then take vitamin D3, which is glycerol. That's the vitamin D3 that your body transforms and uses to fight infection. Most people are going to be low on vitamin D, especially this time of year in Canada, the northern climate. So check with your doctor first, but consider taking vitamin D3.
Okay, Chris, I'm getting a little bit of static in with your transmission. Is that B as in Bravo or D as in Delta?
Yeah, sorry about that,
All right, Chris. Well, thank you very much for that suggestion, and I appreciate your check-in and you helping out with our pad and that. So, thanks again. Hope to hear you soon. Enjoy the rest of the week. So we'll clear with VA3 Charlie Juliet Whiskey. Next, let's see if our buddy from down under is still with us. Victor Echo 3 Zulu Sierra Zulu. Sam, are you still with us? Last round. Okay, nothing heard. He's probably schmoozing with PDL. So let's check and see if Thomas, I don't think he's on vacation, so he might be sleeping, but VE3 Charlie Echo Uniform. Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. Larry, last call. Okay, Victor Alpha 3, November Echo. Kevin, 7-3 round. You still there?
Yeah, it's still hanging in here, Chuck. Good net there, and just playing along. I'm on the radio with low power doing some FT8 here on 80 meters. So, yeah, have a good night, everybody. Nice net as always, and have a good one there, Chuck. I don't like that, what they did to the road out front of your house either. I got to stop every time I go by on my e-bike.
Yeah, I know. Usually they do that and they expect it to sink, and then they come back and they fill it over again where it's even with the road. But it's dangerous right now. Uh, if you hit it the wrong way there, you can cause a lot of damage. So hopefully they'll get it done before the really cold weather sets in. So uh, yeah, I hate it too, and I don't even drive right now. So yeah, remember to be careful.
Oh yeah, I gotta when I go by with my e-bike, I gotta almost come to a stop before going over that thing, or you bottom out. That thing drops down quite a bit.
I know. I can see it from my porch there. It's like very noticeable. It's sunk quite a bit now. So try and use the outer edge of the road instead of going through the center. You'll probably have to do that until they smooth that out.
Yeah, I thought that, and over across street from you though, near Big Jesse and that. When you go up near their sidewalk there, it's even a bigger pothole there. So it's better just to go in the middle and just stop for it. I just stop and go slow over it. That's quite the drop. Wonder how many cars don't see that at night and go over it. Boom, boom, you know. Mind you, a car's got a little bit more suspension than my e-bike.
Oh yeah, I've heard trucks even or SUVs, or if you hit it at the right speed, it can be bad. If you go at a certain speed, you don't. It doesn't seem like it affects the vehicle, but if you hit it just right at the right speed, there, look out. You're gonna have to end up paying money to fix your vehicle. So, anyways, yeah, hopefully they fix that soon, there, Kevin. Well, thanks for your check-in, and I hope you work out your audio interface issues. And remember, it's they have another 12 days of Christmas on QRZ. All you need is 12 days to make one contact between now and February 28th, and you get another certificate. Easy as that. Okay, take her ease, Kevin. Anything else?
Yeah, I got that already, and it was more. I think it was 12 days make it contact or something.
Yeah.
Then I put my log in yesterday. I updated. I got that 12 days of Christmas thing now. Yeah, I was at 83% there for a while. When you do FT8 and that, you make a lot of contacts. So got it. Yeah, another thing up there. All right, have a good night there, Chuck. And yeah, when I hear the Harleys go by, like the other day, I heard a Harley go by. I was thinking about that ditch. All right, enough about the ditch. 7-3. Have a good night, VA3 Eddie.
Okay, Kevin, take it easy. So we'll clear with VA3 November Echo, and let's see if RPAD's still around for 7-3 round. Victor Echo 3 November Whiskey. Okay, let's try Al. Are you still there? VA3 ALU 7-3 round, Al. All right. Well, that's the end of my list. Is there anyone else out there listening that would like to be a late check-in for the weekly amateur radio exchange group? This is VA3 CJZ. Anyone, anywhere.
VA3 COF.
Okay, I heard VA3 COF. Damien, come on in, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well tonight. Thanks for running the net. I just switched the radio on. I'd forgotten all about the net tonight. I'm out of sequence on my days this week. All the best to you, and hope everything's going well. Over.
Okay, very good, Damien. Yeah, we're finished getting our cold for the winter, the wife and I, so we should be good for the rest of winter. And so thanks for checking in, and maybe put a reminder on your phone if you want to check into the nets next week. So I do thank you for your check-in, sir. All right. So with that, is there anyone else out there would like to be check-in number 20 for this week's Amateur Radio Exchange Group Net. Excuse me, this is VA3CJZ. Please come now. All right. So I think it's time to wrap it up for another successful edition of the AREG Simplex Net here on 146.430. And so we'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel. And tonight we had a total of 19 check-ins. I thank you all so much. Take it easy, be kind to one another, and 7-3. VA3 CJZ signing off, returning the frequency back to regular use.